Hi folks, welcome back to the Hoard. Let's see, what am I up to today? Let's first do time and date stamps. So it's about 6:30, 6:27 Friday, 27 and change degrees. My batteries aren't fully charged, it's too late in the day. So once again, 6:30, 6:27. I got the mosquitoes after me Friday. This one says 81, that one says 80. I don't know, just for a laugh. 80. Well, a few things. I worked last night and I worked Wednesday night. I'm off today, Friday, and I'm off tomorrow. Got some stuff going on that I gotta get done. So, got mosquitoes biting the hell out of me here. I guess it's better than bees. So, yeah, I'm off the next couple of nights. I don't know if you guys remember these. These were freebies from that garage sale. I'm just poking around. Make sure it's unplugged. I don't want to juice myself in front of you guys. I was just poking around trying to figure out where to hook up these connectors to get them to light up, and I guess quite honestly I haven't figured them out. I guess I'm going to have to take them apart, and then I'll see where the wires go and where they hook up. So right off the top, these are not working. You guys probably saw, I guess this rear end's been kind of floating around. No, that rear end's been kind of floating around in a box for a while. It was in that box and it's been leaning around. So I finally opened it up and took a look at it. When you're buying a rear end, there's a few things you look at. Very important. You look at these bolts, the ones on the brake drum, this one and this one, those two, to see what kind of shape they're in, and they appear to be in good shape. The ones on this side, this axle's flipped over, but the ones on that side, though they're also important, if one of them is stripped, not as big a deal, because you can just put a bolt through and bolt it on like that one. Anyway, I try to pick up rear ends, spare rear ends for the 200S's. I try to pay less than $100 for them. You guys could see I have 1,200,000S's floating around, so those were a couple of eBay deals, and they were both less than 100, I think. Or they probably averaged about 100, maybe one was slightly more, one was slightly less. So that's the first thing I check are the bolt holes. I mean, you want to make sure that you don't have any play, right? That this is not loose, because if it is, that means your bearings are shot. And lastly, you got to make sure your brakes are good. And that one doesn't have a spring thing on it. This one does. Yeah. And that one appears to have some pretty decent brakes. This one doesn't have the lever on it. See right there, it's not wearing its lever, so I really can't check it. Both of these came with the hubs and the bolts on the ends, so you can see this sprocket has a whole load of wear, especially when you compare it against that, right? So just a quick comment about the rear ends. I checked the lights. I'm going to have to open those up and see what's going on. What else am I up to? Just some cleanup. Over the next few days, you guys are going to see a bunch of videos on this guy. On the engine swap on this guy. You're going to see that over the next several days, week, whatever. And when you see all those videos, you'll hopefully think back to this one. I did order another clutch cable for it. They described this as a top mount clutch cable, and then the one that it used to have on here for the other engine was a side mount clutch cable. For that engine, that's the original Speed Defies Gravity engine. If you guys remember from last week, the 70cc quad appears to be seized up. I had a lot of suggestions to put this 2-speed engine on there, I guess it would be quite the blast. And with the 2-speed, it's go a hell of a lot faster than it did with the 7DC and the hand clutch. It'd make a really interesting bike. Actually, that's a great suggestion. I should really, well, I'm considering it. Probably the first thing I'm going to do is spray the 70cc engine. Somebody mentioned PB Blaster and Marvel Mystery Oil to get it loosened up. Yeah, before I call that engine dead and before I tear it off the bike and put it aside, I am going to see if I can't loosen it up and get it to run. Once you take them off a bike and put them on the shelf and they're not running engines and you don't know what's wrong with them, it seems for the, I'm going to call them unknown engines, for the 200S, the 185S or 185 engines, the Honda engines, I know them pretty well, and I could always get them started without a whole load of work. For the China quad engines and well, particularly for the China engines, it's a little harder to get them put together and get them to fire up. So kind of once they end up on a shelf, especially if they're seized, they probably end up on the shelf and never come off the shelf, knowing me. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna do this thing. You guys can, if you look closely, you'll see the engine's already changed. I'm gonna publish this as a series of videos, kind of the intro, when I deboxed it, and then as I went forward to do the engine change. So and when I finally took it for a ride, so that'll be a good series of videos. The other series of videos I did because I kind of need to get a grip on the inventory here. I've been adding to it like a lunatic, and I've really not been paying attention to what I've owned since before I started YouTube. I started YouTube about 18 months ago. A guy that I really respect, watch his videos a lot. Oh, a few guys, but particularly one guy got me going. Tommy Shu, wild-eyed northern boy. I had been watching his videos for a while, and he was doing toolboxes. So I managed to get in touch with him to buy a toolbox, the black one. It's up there in a safe place, so I don't drop things on it. Anyway, so I called him up and sent him money, got the toolbox, and he and I have communicated a little bit. Anyway, he got me started on YouTube, and it's been fun, and I've really enjoyed it. But one thing that I've kind of done wrong, I've kind of been adding to the hoard, and I really haven't been paying attention to what's already in the hoard, particularly what's in the hoard and been in the hoard for 30 years or so. So I actually did some inventory of the sheds. I did not inventory the canvas buildings or the canvas trailer or the other canvas trailer or underneath the sunroom or what's in the lower garage or anything else like that. I just did the sheds, and I was kind of surprised as I was doing the sheds that I counted that I have 6 sheds full of crap. So that'll be another series of videos over the next several days, week or two. I'm gonna kind of be away from the camera. I got a lot of things I got to take care of, my son's housing deal, a bunch of other stuff, and I got some weird stuff going on at work that's going to be distracting me, so I'm probably not going to be able to get to the camera. I kind of anticipated this, so what I did is I put the series of videos on the sheds and on the Speed Defies Gravity bike. I kind of put them in the can, and I'll be doling them out over the next several days, you know, week, whatever, however long it takes me to kind of get back to the camera. Sorry about that. You know, sometimes life gets in the way of fun, so I'm not going to be able to play out in the garage for a little while. It's not a matter of a health issue, it's just a matter of being busy with other, and anticipating that I'm going to be busy with other silly stuff. So I don't know how much you guys have used this stuff. I have like a load of poison ivy all over the place here, and I kind of, like underneath here is poison ivy. I kind of sprayed it. You guys could see it's wilting a little bit, and I sprayed the stuff in the front of the house. And I sprayed this, and once again you could kind of see it's a bit wilty. Particularly this stuff scares me, because when I go by with the tractor, if I forget to duck, you know, I get smacked in the face with it. I'm one of those people who catch poison ivy, and if I get smacked in the face, I'm going to catch it good. I also sprayed the stuff on the back of this shed. I did all that spraying on Wednesday morning, so Thursday morning, Friday morning, Friday night. I guess it's been about, I don't know, around 60 hours, so it's not looking all that, I mean, it's wilting a little bit, but I was hoping it'd be more dead by now. Once again, I emptied a whole container of this crap on it, so I'm surprised once again it's not dying quicker. I have a flamethrower also, but it's really not a good idea to burn poison ivy and inhale the fumes. You could become dead by doing that, or in the hospital, or really hurt your lungs, so that's just not all that smart. I even sprayed some of this around here, so hopefully it dies off soon. Okay, so that's it. Please enjoy my videos on the sheds and on the Speed Defies Gravity bike. I figured, you know, I was just watching, you know, kind of commitments build up, so I figured you gotta love these locks. As I was watching my commitments build up, I figured if I put some of the videos in the can, you guys wouldn't be wondering if I was still alive. It's just once again a matter that I'm going to be busy with, you know, life is going to be in my way a little bit, so I'm not going to be able to be out here playing. So I never did put an alternator on this thing, so every time I use it I gotta charge it back up. How's that for being a redneck? You know, I had redneck farmer friends in my area of New York. Well, I grew up in Orange County, New York, near Washingtonville. When I was growing up, there were still farms there, and the real redneck farmers, they would go from tractor to tractor, and they literally had to change the battery. They used to keep like one good battery and have to change it as they work their way around the property. You know, unfortunately about locks, they keep an honest man honest. If somebody really wants to be in any building you have, they can get right in. There used to be a TV show called In Living Color. The Wayne brothers used to basically parody a lot of the racial stupidity here in America. And there was this father trying to teach his son the tricks of breaking in to a person's house. And the son, he's got this box, the Acme break-in kit, and the son's asking him, so how are we going to break in the house? We're going to kick in the door? No. We're going to use a crowbar? No. We're going to break a window? No. We're going to pick the locks? No. And at that point, the father reaches into the box and pulls out a chainsaw and says, this is how we're going to get in. He starts up the chainsaw and he cuts a hole in the side of the house and just pushes it in, right? Cut through the 2x4s, the sheetrock, the pictures on the wall, the whole bit, and just pushes the wall right in. And I remember after seeing that thinking, oh yeah, having locks is good, but they only slow down, or they only stop an honest man. If a honest man wants into your house, he's going to get in. That's why it's not a bad idea to keep an occasional firearm floating around. Not that I would like to promote any kind of violence or any kind of bad karma like that, but it's just a matter of if somebody doesn't know if you're armed, or if the person, you know, if you're armed, or if somebody armed is about to show up, it has a tendency to make folks behave. Alright guys, I'm gonna run. Thanks for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. Enjoy the few days of canned videos. I think I'll be able to comment. I think I'll be around, and you'll probably see some of my comments, just not all the time. Once again, I'm going to be near my computer and then away from my computer, so I'll be coming and going and busy, and off to Pennsylvania probably for a couple of overnighters, help my son out with the house, and gotta just a whole load of things I gotta see to. So anyway folks, thanks for watching, thanks for commenting, thanks for subscribing. We'll catch you on the next episode of The Hoard. Till then, remember, tires down, handlebars up, and make the most out of your lives. Bye now.